99X in the Morning X. It's Barnes and Leslie and Fram. I posted something in social last week. I don't know if you saw it, but I want to ask you, and we've woken up Will. Did you get him up? Will, you there?
Yeah, I'm awake,
There's
kind
Will.
of.
Will's there, and Steve from The Steve Show is driving in right now. Hey, Steve.
Morning.
Hey, everybody.
Okay, here's the question. The question I asked in social, and I want to get all of your answers, and then I want to go to the phones and get some answers, too. When you were little, so assume like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 12, whatever. When you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up? Now, we all know how it ended, because here you are. But I want to go through, start with you, Leslie.
Question. Okay.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
Easy. I wanted to be a journalist.
Like a reporter?
I was I was the editor of the high school newspaper, Barnes, the Pirateer. But I used to write concert reviews for a local paper. I just wanted to be a journalist.
So you were already kind of on the path, and then how did you get veered into radio?
In high school, I worked at a local radio station on the weekends, and I just got the bug for radio.
I would kill to get those tapes.
Yeah, they're pretty funny. And then, in college I worked. Remember I told you I did midnight to 6 at a radio station while going to college? So yeah, I met Will Pendarvis back in those days.
Okay, so Will, honestly.
Yeah.
What did you want to be when you were little, when you grew up?
My standard answer, my entire childhood was the same thing. I always said, I want to be a volunteer fireman and stuntman.
Together?
First of all, volunteer fire. People would say, well, volunteer. That doesn't make any money. I didn't care. Volunteer fireman and stuntman. Yep.
Did you ever get to do both or either?
Well, I have abused my body pretty heavily, so I guess in that respect, sure.
So when did you bail on that and decide you wanted to be in radio?
When this lady named Leslie hired me to do some radio stuff.
You hired him for his first job?
Yes, and he called me on the request line because we had met and said that he, really wanted to get into radio. This is not a really nice thing of me to do, Barnes, but I said, okay, show up this weekend. We've got a St. Patrick's Day event. Show up. I made him wear the radio station mascot suit, which was a wabbit.
Fram.
He wore the wabbit suit. I know, but I wanted to see
100 degrees.
I wanted to see how serious he
100
was.
degrees, and I'm wearing this giant fur coat and head for hours.
Who knew Fram was torturing people to get into the biz?
I wanted to see how serious he was.
Yeah, to be fair, she wanted to separate the wheat from the chaff and see if I was serious about it, and I was.
And then we hired him.
And then here you are.
Yes.
Here I am.
Twice.
200 years later, here I am.
I mean, we were joking the other day. They just cryo-froze all of us, and then when it was time to bring 99X back, just thought it out. All right,
Will,
Steve
I'm
Show.
find photos of you in the wabbit suit.
I got to see the wabbit suit.
Oh, please don't. Yeah, burn those, please.
Steve Show, what did you want to be when you were a kid, when you were going to grow up?
I'm surprised that Will didn't offer this up because we're both nerds in this particular respect. But every red-blooded American kid from the mid to late 60s wanted to be an astronaut. So I wanted to work at NASA. I wanted to be in orbit. I wanted to walk on the moon. And I studied all the Gemini, Mercury, Apollo missions, used to build the models and everything. And I was going to be an astronaut.
Wow. I believe that 100%.
But I thought, after all, I thought you wanted to be Indiana Jones because every single year at our Halloween party, you were Indiana Jones.
That's right. That came later.
That's the thing with Steve. When Steve does something, Steve is all in. Whether it's a tiki bar in his basement or whether it's becoming a pilot, like Steve is like focused, attack, kill.
Yeah.
Well, when Steve and I worked in New York together, he found all the tiki bars in New York.
Absolutely.
I mean, this dude does nothing. He is like, whatever it's going to be, I am. 99X is a great example.
Yeah.
When he was coming back, this dude works 16, 18 hours a day, and no one knows it, and no one sees it. I see it. I know because we're both on the phone 20 hours a day talking about. I mean, this is it. We almost have the full team right here.
Well, wait a second. Barnes,
Yeah.
we got to get to you. What did you want to be when you were growing up? What did you want to be?
You're going to laugh. Two things. One was a dentist.
What?
I mean, honestly, that could have been the early signs of the tech geekness in me. Because when I would go in,
that's sadomasochism is what that is.
that could be. It could be a little of that. I wanted to be a dentist, and I wanted to be an FBI agent.
Now, the second, I believe.
Almost to the point of taking the test to go to Quantico.
See, that's what I think I should be doing now with my life. That's what I think I should have done, is go into law enforcement, be some sort of a detective eventually. But I see you as a dentist for sure. I can see you in the jacket for sure.
The jacket? I'm going to start wearing that at the station to come in
You
to
wanted
see
to be like Jason Bourne or something.
Yeah, I don't know where the dentist thing came from, but yeah.
That's very interesting.
My dentist now, Dr. Kokabi in Brookhaven, he
plug bell.
yeah, he's the best dentist. That dude's high tech. Anyway, there's your plug.
I think it came from the Marathon Man. Is it safe with the drill?
I don't know. But then like you, Leslie, I started on the radio when I was 16 in Corpus Christi, Texas, and then just all
Very
of our
lucky.
paths converged to here. We did ask Matt. Oh, they're coming for you, Will.
No, Steve's getting pulled over.
They're coming. We asked Matt Jones to send one in because he couldn't join us, and he didn't. But I'll leave you with Jill's. Jill did send one in.
Oh,
she had stuff
perfect.
going on this morning and couldn't join us. But I want to get some listeners. What did you want to be when you were little, when you grew up? 470-741-4999. Let's check out Jill.
Hey, it's me, Jill, and I know that nobody's going to actually believe this, but when I was young, I actually wanted to be a DJ. My best friend and I used to record ourselves on a little cassette player playing music and trying to talk like the DJs, Casey Kasem and stuff like that. And so as soon as I got to college, I joined the college radio station, and then here I am hosting Planet Jill on 99X even today. I don't know, how often does that happen, that you know what you want to be when you're a kid and you go out and do it?
Have something to say or share with the Morning X? 470-741-4999. The Morning X with Barnes and Leslie. 470-741-499X.
This is a recording.